to the Nerdiverse. Go ahead, sit and listen to the masters, the old heads, talk about what you love the most. Video games, comics, movies, and everything you need to maintain. We got the knowledge that's straight out the ether. Gonna need a drink and have to take a seat to expand your mind and listen to the speaker. Mike and the squad's gonna give you what you need. Please send in a question, come and get some answers, learn a couple lessons from the masters with the special guests. We got the Green Lanterns glowing on their chest. Yes, please sit back and relax, cause we're gonna hit you with them stone cold facts and allow me to be the very first to welcome you to the masters of the Nerdiverse. Welcome to Masters of the Nerdiverse, where we always have such sights to show you. This jungle cruise of a podcast can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Google Play, and Spotify. Forgot my spiel there for a second. I'm, of course, your host, Mike G. And with me, as always, is my also host with the most, Winter Trash Monk the Thizard.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I am Winter. That is Trash Monk at Trash Monk I. That's Trash Monk the Third. That's Trash Monk I. And I'm coming at you in my recording bunker here, wondering life, contemplating things. I've got stories. How about you?
Me. I almost doxed you, funny enough. Like, I was just in a moment, and I almost doxed you, and I was just like, wait, I must be sleepy. I think that's the antidote.
Most crimes happen with sleepy people.
I would super believe that, man. Remember in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, in the very beginning where they were singing Anything Goes, and that one guy was like, Indiana Jones got poisoned, and he was like, antidote. It was like sliding all over the floor.
I don't remember.
And there was a bunch of balloons and Indy couldn't get them.
To be honest, it's probably been about 8 years since I've seen Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom is the best. That's the part where
I've heard someone say that it was the worst, and it made me like delete the podcast I was listening to.
Yeah, that's blasphemy.
And like throw my phone into the river.
I don't care.
Like, he won't hurt you anymore.
I don't care what anyone says. Temple of Doom is my favorite Indiana Jones, and I will fight you on that.
And I'll tell you this: his co-host went, so worse than the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and the guy went, barely. I'm like, whoa.
Blasphemy.
This guy is a secret Nazi or something. I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
How dare you, sir?
So,
that's fightable content right there, man. That would make me change my whole mind on the whole podcast. I'd be like, you know what? Maybe you guys aren't for me, man. Like, I don't know. Right. I'm sure we've said something.
Would you like to have a trash thought, by the way, for this episode? Here's a little thing that I just read about on Facebook. This is the moral of the story right out off the front is there's a market for everything. So it's a picture. It's someone holding a book. We'll just say it's the good book. Well, okay. Mm-hmm. And it's waterproof. And I go, well, why do you need it waterproof? And then I look at the picture more. It's a bathroom, and it's like the person is reading. So if this is the best light I can put it in, that he's reading a waterproof Bible while he's taking a bath.
So each individual page is waterproof?
Yeah, like the water wicks off the page, sort of thing.
Oh, I would think like maybe they need a waterproof Bible so when they do baptisms, their book doesn't get wet.
Well, my thing, like, how long are you spending in a bathtub that you have time to read a Bible? And also, why don't you? Are you really? I'm coming at it at a certain angle, folks. I'm busy Sundays, as you well know. I can tell you that I have several copies of this particular book, and guess what? None of them are waterproof because when I'm in the bathroom, I am working on how to get out of the bathroom as quickly as possible.
Some people live
I'm
in the
not looking
bathroom,
for
man.
like what like maybe like, you know, listen to a podcast while you're
Man.
washing yourself.
I've seen cats with hibachis in there by
Yeah.
candlelight. They be in there for like 6
Yeah,
hours.
like I don't want to be bathing in my own filth while I'm reading.
I'm not a fan of baths already just because of that situation. Because after a while,
Yeah.
like after like the 5th hour, you pretty much are just bathing in your own dander. But
Right.
but some people get down like that, man. I see some people, have a glass of wine.
Yeah, there's room in the nerdiverse for them.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you're going to get a lot of flack when you come into my quadrant of the nerdiverse,
man.
okay?
Winter's like 5-minute showers. I'm counting those droplets. I need you in and out, baby.
Yeah, you just press the button and it's on for 5 minutes, and what if you you move on.
Hey man, I didn't know in your quadrant of the nerdiverse you guys read things like 1984 and stuff. I didn't know it was that real, right?
Yeah, it's slowly becoming a dystopian quadrant of the nerdiverse.
Hey man, in my quadrant, if you want to take 17-hour showers and read Love and War while just bathing in your own fecal matter, whatever you want to do, man, I'm not gonna knock on your door and hassle you, my dude, my G. Just keep it in your yard.
I'm saying that you are able to you can do what you want, but do not but with that caveat of being independent, having the liberty to do what you want, includes people are able to say what they want about what you're doing, okay? Yeah, and you have to have the cojones, the gallbladder to handle it, the gallstones.
Oh, jeez. I'm just saying, like, no one's going to bust down your door in my nerdiverse saying, how dare you eat those nachos with American cheese? We're not going to bug you about it. That's how you get down. It's tacky.
Yeah, neither will I. But if you have your window open and you have...
Yeah.
That's enough about me.
No worries, You like to put ketchup on your steak? That's all you, man.
No.
Live your best life. Just know I'm teasing you internally. And maybe externally, depending on how many I've had to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't go outside with it. You know what I mean? And not either go outside and fear no reprisals or stay in the house and do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You got to be brave out here in these streets. Speaking of out here in these streets, what you do this week, Winter?
Well, I played a lot of Magic the Gathering. Played a lot of Rocket League. I have probably about 71 hours, so I played 11 hours from last time we recorded, I believe. And, you know, it's a fantastic life that I'm living.
You're living your best life right now, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up, dude.
What did you do?
Man, I had some really delicious, like, scones, bro. I made some homemade scones of assorted flavors. It was awesome. I got my bake on. Because, yes, we do bake in the nerdiverse.
Oh, dear.
I had my Earl Grey. I was chilling, dude. It was a nice rainy day. Had some scones, some Earl Grey. I was watching Jason Goes to Hell. It was a good time, man. Very relaxing, Played a little bit of Monster Hunter to no avail. I'm mentally burnt on that game. So I started downloading Neo, which is this cool kind of Dark Souls-like, but it's set in rural Japan. So I'm excited to start playing that because it was cheap, and I need something to fill the void until Resident Evil 2 comes out, which we'll be talking about later on the show. But didn't really watch any movies. Nothing really going on there. Just a pretty quiet week, man. Just a lot of self-reflection, trying things out, victories, failures, life. Just lived a life this week, man. Nothing really crazy. You know what I mean? I did want to ask.
I feel you, dog.
I feel you, dog. I did want to ask you a random question. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about butter and jelly sandwiches, my dude?
What in the world are you talking about?
It's a simple question, man. How do you feel about butter and jelly sandwiches, Doug?
That sounds disgusting.
It's not. I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, I'm convinced.
It's not. Doug. I'm not. I wasn't convinced until I had it. You know,
a butter and jelly sandwich. I've heard of people putting like a pickle mayo sandwich before.
Yeah, I don't know. But I can't vouch for that.
You don't know about that.
I
don't want to hear it. That's like calling the pot kettle brown or whatever.
I'm not knocking it though, man. It's some alternate reality. It's probably real bomb, dude.
Yeah. Yes, but I should say that when I go, that's disgusting. That's only disgusting to me. And if you want to like it, you're good. You can go right ahead.
You know, I could cut that disclaimer, just put it at the end of the pot every single episode of the podcast.
I think you should. The way some people react to things I say on here.
Yeah, that's all right.
just have like, it's what I feel, and if you don't like it, then you don't have to play with him.
You don't have to play with him. Don't go over to his house if you don't want to play.
Yes.
Real talk.
Can we talk about, before we continue on to the news, I needed some clarification of, so what was going on at Twitter that then I joined in about ska music?
No, it was our resident meme streamer, the awesome Aussie Austin, was commenting about how, speaking of our opinions,
who's not an Aussie nor from Austin, Texas. Wow. But go on.
Dang, just put the man on blast.
Yeah,
he's also not human. He's several cats in a suit, and wearing a top hat and goggles. I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the whiskers. But no, you know, we were just like, how to pretty much trigger the entire Twitterverse is to say, I think that The Last Jedi is an amazing movie. Amazing movie.
Oh.
And I was like, I stand by that.
Did I say something? Did I say something like that, or did you say something like that?
I don't remember. I think I said it. I probably said it because I truly believe that. But then something. He started clowning our Smash Brothers choices apropos of nothing. And I said, and I made the joke of, I hate the music you like. You know, like you did that.
And then here I come having no clue that was the conversation that went on. Like, that ska, no one dislikes ska, no one can hate ska. That's a fact.
Apropos
and you know
of
who likes that?
Who liked
you
it?
Know who? I got Real Big Fish to like that tweet
because you added them directly. That's
So what? I know how to get big ticket tweets.
You got Real Big Fish to look at a Masters of the Nerdiverse post. That is top notch, my man.
Thank you.
That is,
and I'm working on Nicki Minaj now.
I'd rather have Real Big Fish do our intro than Nicki Minaj, my man.
No, someone told me that Nicki Minaj gives out money for charity at work. So immediately I was told to tweet you, Nicki Minaj, for a donation towards a youth center that I work at in a rural town. I don't know if you'll read this, but hey, what can go wrong?
Hey, a closed mouth don't get fed, man.
A closed mouth can feed fish, but we won't get fooled again. All right.
You better eat your drugs. Don't do milk.
All right, let's get this show on the road.
Let's get this show on the proverbial road, man. Had to get hype earlier, man. Had to get hype before the show. Hype for this news, man. Had to listen to some. You ever heard of Supreme Clientele winner? You know
no.
You know what Supreme Clientele is, my man? You ever listen to Nutmeg, my dude?
No, that sounds like a cupcake song.
I had to listen to some Extinction Level Event. You know about that? Some El Nino?
You're asking me if I know, but I've never heard it.
Somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. I had to get hype.
Yeah. But on to the news. News time. Fox, NSPNC, LSD, PN, pow, 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 news.
Did you throw some LSD in there, my man?
No, I didn't.
Because if you did, I wouldn't, like, I guess.
One pill makes you bigger and another makes you small. Go ask Alice if she's 10 feet tall. She's got the voice of an angel.
Coyote. Okay. Man. Let's not get on that. We probably just triggered someone. White Rabbit is the best song of all time.
White Rabbit's the Tom Sawyer of 1960s. Oh, okay.
I hate you and all the bands you like.
We are off the rails tonight, folks.
I'm hyped, man. I don't care. Yeah. Let's do it. Speaking of hype, I have to say I was not hyped. I was not hyped after watching the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer that dropped. Not hype, my man. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of this thing. Did you get a chance to watch this trailer, my dude?
I watched a little bit of it, and I'm like, is this like a superhero version of European Vacation?
Don't get me started on National Lampoon, my dude.
Because this is a very interesting. Do I think it's going to be a good movie?
Probably.
I don't know. But but it is very interesting that Spider-Man is going all over the place, because if you think about it in demon on your shoulder marketing scheme, the best way to get a European audience is to have Europe in the movie.
Well, yeah.
For instance, that's how just having like European flair to it. I think that's how Aquaman is doing well in the box office outside of the United States as well as inside it. But it's like people are going to go, "Hey, I'm from Venice, Venice, Italy. I'm from the Swiss Alps."
Wow.
Yeah.
You're right. It's.
I'm from Prague.
You're from Istanbul. Right?
Istanbul.
Shout outs to Istanbul. If you're listening to this podcast, you're from Istanbul. Hit us up on Twitter at @mnerdiverse. I want to see some Istanbul sodas, dog. Show me the Istanbul sodas.
I'm from Erlene. The B is silent.
Erlene, that's how they say it, bro.
Yeah. Get cultured.
Damn. Shout out. Called out Mike G. I guess I got some traveling to do. Yeah. Hello, Masters. I'll see y'all. I'm gonna be in Erlin.
Yeah. Start off with Radun. Go to Venice. Go to Prague.
You're pissing off like 98% of our fan base.
Go to Erlene.
Go to Erlene. Get some schnitzel.
Yes.
Spider-Man's eating schnitzel, dog. That's pretty much what this movie's about. I'm all for it. I'm for it. It's just that I don't know. I'm just like, I just want to know what Avengers 4 is before I can get hyped for anything else. I just don't care. I just want to know what it is. Like I can't get excited because I don't know what Avengers 4 is. It's this weird feeling. It's dumb. It's like I should be excited because it's Spider-Man is one of my favorite Spider-Man villain is Mysterio, which is played by Jake Gyllenhaal. And I'm like, yo, my boy's on the big screen. I'm just like, I just want to know what Avengers 4 is. Like, I can't see anything past that right now. It's like my comic book brain is turned off until I see Avengers 4. Like,
you've heard it, folks. His comic book brain is turned off.
Comic book movie brain is turned
off.
Let me specify that. Because if someone just threw a copy of Extinction Agenda in front of me, I'm going to read it. What y'all know about Extinction Agenda, the X-Men series? Too real. Fatal Attraction, dude. Read it. Dang, it makes me so mad.
Yeah.
Aren't you guys reading freaking Maximum Carnage right now? Makes me upset. Read it. Or Devil in a Bottle, Iron Man, one of his best series.
Okay, we're going through a bleach hole in a minute.
I'm trying to get y'all on point, man.
I'll pull you out.
Adam. All right, we out. Watch the trailer. It's decent. Speaking of Stacey Adams, the director of Hustle and Flow and Eddie Murphy are planning to direct a Coming to America sequel, dude. Do you want this?
Sure.
It's a plate. Like, this is like I just ate dinner and someone pulled out a big plate of like meat and just put it in my face. I'm like, no, I'm straight. Like,
Right.
I'm
So
already-
here's the question. Do you think that's going to be a Eddie Murphy driven movie, or is it going to be him playing his character, but then there's going to be like a younger like his son who's like, now you have to come to America?
I hope it's a passing of the torch. But then again, I am one of those. I'm in the camp of I just want Eddie Murphy to be funny again. Like,
That's never going to happen.
I just want him to be funny and entertaining and good again. And it's been almost 20 years since he's been in anything like of meat.
Wait a minute. What about Shrek?
I don't count Shrek. This is not. No, we're making
Donkey.
I don't count Shrek for any of their careers. For anyone involved, maybe John Lithgow, he killed it. But like in regards to storyline,
John Lithgow,
he needs all the work. He's a national treasure and he's to be protected. Like Arsenio Hall would make a funny comeback to this movie. Yeah. Eddie Murphy, of course. You can even drag James Earl Jones. He's still floating around. Knock on wood. Protect him at all costs. Everybody in the movie has kind of been on the internet, floating, just staying in the periphery of entertainment, and to bring back all this talent, back to Coming to America. And if it was done right, it would be excellent. But Coming to America is one of those movies. It's like, that's like, oh, we're going to make a sequel to Goodfellas. You know what I mean? It's like, there's no point. It's already perfect. Just leave it alone. Like, there's no point in it.
This is what the movie has to be, or I just can't see it. So, take this Hollywood. Here we go. Take this Blackish actor, the guy who penned Blackish, Kenya Barris, even though you've already written this script. But here we go. It starts off with Eddie Murphy is in America, and they have a son. They get the original woman in it. But now there's a mishap to where he goes to the homeland of Eddie Murphy. So it's now coming to. Yeah. So what was the name of the homeland again?
I was going to say, do you remember?
No, I don't.
It's Zamunda.
Okay, Zamunda. So Coming to Zamunda would be the name of the sequel. And it's about how it's this guy who's trying to who has no connection to his roots, but he's trying to get connected back to it. And it's like a flip of the whole script.
All I know is if I hear one Wakanda Forever joke, I'm walking out the damn theater.
Yeah. Wakanda? I haven't even met her. Okay.
Speaking of bad jokes, did you hear that they're to reboot the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie again?
Would this be like the 5th reboot or something?
Yes. Michael Bay's like, I can do it again. What was wrong with the first one? Y'all didn't like the design? We could redesign it. It's fine. There's so many other 80s gems that you could bring back other than the Turtles. Like, I get the Turtles is the biggest 80s cartoon of all time, right? It's like bigger than, I would say they're bigger than Transformers. They're, the Turtles. I don't count the Michael Bay movies because, but just there's so many other 80s, like do He-Man right. You know what I mean? A Michael Bay He-Man would probably be super cool.
Right. What they need to do is just do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Netflix show.
The budget would be too small.
I don't know.
You put them back in the suits. You make the suits look super nutty.
There you go.
Right? You don't CG anything.
We retcon all the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We just go to the first one.
Yes. You keep them in the suits. You make next level KMB Industrial Lights and Magic suits.
Yes. And we get Jim Henson to make puppets.
you get the fight choreographer of the Raid to mix with Ninja Turtles, and you make it sick and rated R and bloody, like the original Eastman and Laird comic books. Go and read old school Ninja Turtles comics. They're very different than what you think they are.
All right, that's weird.
That's my
What's the
that's my
next thing on our
that's my.
docket?
Speaking of weird things, Final Destination's getting reboot. Attack of the Reboots.
By who?
Uh,
Who's writing it? Don't get people's hopes up like that.
it's written by the guys who wrote the Saw
The
franchise.
people
My
who
man.
did Saw.
Yeah, it's not too far from them. It's Final Destination is almost like Saw, right?
Well,
Right.
I don't want
right.
to step into that mess. But
No, it
actually,
is
they
a
wrote
mess.
Saw 4 through Saw 3D. You know, the good ones. Anyways.
I'm supposed to have the horror quips. You're beating me to the punch, my man. Oh man, I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of the entire Final Destination. Was so hit or miss. It's like people remember the Friday the 13th series as being this great, amazing series of movies,
Right.
but those movies are real. Those series is very hit or miss. You know what I mean? And Final Destination had some good movies, but they weren't all gems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it being
Definitely
rebooted,
hit or miss.
hit or miss. I don't know. I would say I'm tired of reboots, but it's nothing we can do about it. We're going to get them no matter what, and we can choose to see them or not with our wallets, I guess, until they just stop
Yeah.
doing it, right?
It's like who's the diehard Final Destination fans out there? They're like, we need some more Final Destination.
And you'll be surprised all the guys out there writing their Final Destination fanfic,
Don't get me
posting
wrong.
it to Reddit.
Yeah, that would be cool if they somehow compiled the fan ideas for Final Destination into a movie.
Trust me, there's probably tons of fan scripts and fan like mini-sodes online for Final Destination stuff, and they're probably all pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Way better than the movie makers are doing. So I'm trust. There's an audience for it. It's just it's remakes, man. Remakes and reboots. What's the difference between a remake and a reboot?
A remake is essentially you get more leeway of going, we're just going to redo what we did in the first one. Because you're remaking. For instance, so you're taking the formula so you're taking the recipe for a cake and then you're cooking that cake exactly the same way. While a reboot would be, you know what? I'm not going to make that same cake. I'm still going to make a cake, but it's going to be a different recipe. Yeah.
That makes sense. A remake is just a copy of the original, whereas a reboot is revisioning.
A remake would be like the 99-cent cake that comes in the plastic wrapper. A reboot would be, I'm making this cake at home. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. A facsimile. I will buy that for $1.
Folks, that was free knowledge for you.
Free knowledge. You know who's not getting any free knowledge this time around? Apparently Star Trek 4. It's been flat out canceled.
This is the Tarantino one?
Yeah, the one where he's going to have everybody cussing in space and saying like horrible slurs and foot
fetishes. And just have surf music in the background.
Surf music and foot fetishes just floating around the spaceways. Good riddance. I think Star Trek's better as a series anyway. And just get that right before you move on to the movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it sounds like the Star Trek series is going more into the television realm. Far better.
Because they're getting some success from it off of Discovery. So, there's a resurgence for this type of television. So I'm all for it. Just refocus your money, because Star Trek can only get so much money. You know what I mean? It's not like Star Wars where they're going to make 150,000 different things spiraling in different directions. Star Trek needs just do one thing, do it right. You know what I mean? I would love for them to continue on with the series past the Next Generation. It's like they're almost scared to. Like, I don't get it. Like,
yeah,
all the series after the Next Generation has either been parallel to that time frame or in the past. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, move forward. Bothers me. But hey, oh well. You know, that was the last voyage of the Starship Enterprise. Let's get into some video game news, dude.
All right.
You're a big one. You want to see something scary, and then Dan Aykroyd turns around. And he's this blue cat, and he makes like a cat noise. He goes, and then he chokes out that dude in the car, and then it goes.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
I would use I have a different illustration for this. for
you have a different.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's essentially going. You hear the news of like they're cutting away cancer, and then you look at what was before and what was after, and you go, which part's the cancer?
If you replace every part of your ship with a new piece, how much of is it still your ship after you're done?
Yeah.
How much of your ship is left after you're done?
Now that we've confused enough people.
Yeah, pretty much Bungie splits from Activision, but keeps the rights for Destiny. But that's huge, you know?
Yes.
That's huge. Bungie's been connected with Activision for quite some time, and honestly, since they connected with Activision, they haven't really done that great of work. You know what I mean? Like, they haven't been the Bungie of old that gave us Halo and all these, and just really solid games. But Destiny never really lit the world on fire. You know what I mean? It was never.
Well, it is believed that I heard it from another podcast, so therefore it is believed by everyone that Activision was the reason why Bungie included several of the microtransactions that you didn't like. For instance, having to pay for shaders on your weapons each time. There wasn't just you equip it and then you're done. Like you can re-equip it anytime you want. Destiny 2 introduced you only have one usage type deal. You had to buy more skins.
Yeah, Activision is really bad for that. One thing I hope for in the next generation of games is we get the death of microtransactions. I hate them so much. It was such a bad look this gaming generation. It was like the worst thing. You know what I mean? And I think Bungie's going to do amazing work outside of the stifling dictatorship, which was Activision. I hate to be so brutal, but it is what it is. And I think Bungie's actually going to come out with something nutty, and that's not Destiny. I think they're going to probably put Destiny on ice for a little while. And miss it and come out with some new IP that's going to be insane and fun. And then once they get some good favor back with the community, they're going to hit us with like Destiny 3, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
This time with more with more Popeye makes you strong like Popeye. So good luck with you, Bungie. I've been waiting for you to do something crazy, and I played Halo back in the day. Who didn't? Who didn't play Halo 2?
Yes, just release a Halo MMO and let's be done with it.
Just make it good. Just make it feel good. Make it feel. Well,
I didn't say that.
Speaking of people who make it feel good, make it feel tactile. Speaking of people who are in trouble for making things feel good, can we talk about Randy Pitchford for a little bit? Are you aware of this human? Randy Pitchford, Randy, CEO of Gearbox. Gearbox is the gaming developer who made the Borderlands series and also the infamous Alien Colonial Marines. These are the same guys. So there is a lot to this story. These are all allegations, so nothing is set in stone. So I don't want to say any of this is 100% true, but this is the word around the campfire as given by, I believe, people who worked with him at Gearbox, that he allegedly siphoned $12 million from the Gearbox fund for his own personal gain.
That's a lot of cash.
That's a whole lot of money. So Randy's in a little bit of hot water right now because he's having he's having to defend himself over that. And there is another wrinkle to this story that I'm not going to go into because it's just way too crazy, and that's super a allegation, and I'm just not going to talk about it. We'll leave that part out. So unless you want,
hold on, I scrolled down and there's been an update at 6:35 p.m. Eastern time. As Ars Technica reports, Randy Pitchford appeared on a magic-themed podcast. Okay, is it like Wiccan magic or like Magic the Gathering? Okay, one day after the lawsuit against him was filed by Wade Collender. On that program, he corroborates some of the story about the lost USB stick. His explanation: the pornography was saved as research for a magic trick. What?
Okay, I didn't want to talk about this. So,
well, it's gonna happen.
It's happening. So Randy Pitchford was at Medieval Times, right? he was having a night of feasting and sport to which the likes you would ever forget with this guy, and he lost his USB drive, like a memory stick, right? And the memory stick had sensitive documents regarding business transactions, artwork for future titles. It was just the worst thing you could lose in your life, right? Like all of your in office secrets. Amongst this information, allegedly, was also child pornography that was on this memory stick, and it started to circulate throughout the industry.
No.
So then he went onto this podcast saying, no, it wasn't child pornography. It was barely 18 legal stuff, and the person on the video was a magician, and I was learning a magic trick.
Okay,
that's all it was. He went on. No one told him to talk about this. He just blurted it out, and this mythical memory stick popped up. And things are going on. Allegations have been laid out.
Don't be the guy that carries USB sticks with you. You're gonna be in trouble.
You're going to have a bad time. Randy should have pizzaed when he French fried, and now he's going to have a bad time.
He should have done nothing.
Should have pizzaed when he French fried. No?
I don't know.
No, this is a good lesson to everyone. One, don't be a creep. That's just lesson number one. Just don't be a creep. And two, don't walk around with pertinent information on you at all times. That's weird. Like, don't be that person who carries their social security number card with them. That's important. You leave that at home.
Right.
It's like keeping your pink slip in your, it's like keeping the pink slip of your car in your car. Right? You don't do it. You leave that stuff at the house. That's not for daily travel. So if you have important stuff that you don't want people to know, that's what's the acronym I'm looking for where it's eyes only? It's like NDK. Just leave that stuff at the house. It doesn't need to go with you to Medieval Times to lose while drinking a Pepsi while watching the Black Knight beat the Red Knight.
Huh. Relax,
guys. Don't do it. Don't be that guy. Don't be Randy. Oh, man. Speaking of devils, Devil May Cry 5 has been stated to be at least 15, 16 hours long.
Okay, I was wanting to ask you, is that normal for a Devil May Cry game? Okay.
That's fine. That's okay. I can rock it. You don't want any of that to drag on, and plus there's multiple characters you can play as through the campaign. So 15 to 16 hours per character times 4 characters. You know what I mean? And it's a different experience every single playthrough. So there you go. There's plenty of game to be played. It's just the campaign itself is 16 hours tops, which for a character action game is a little bit short. I think Bayonetta was like 25 hours or 20 hours or something like that. But I'm okay with that. I don't need to be playing it all day. I'm probably going to flip it over a weekend and have the time of my life, and then beat it again with Dante, and beat it again with V, and beat it again with Trish and Lady and Virgil and whoever. So I'm down with it. I'm still very excited for this game. I'm going to spend $60 on it, and I'm going to have a good time. So that's not a problem. Like Shannon Sharp said, not a problem. Not a problem. I have no problems with that time frame. It's not too short for me. It's just right. Certain games sometimes can overstay their welcome. You're just like, oh, I'm just tired of playing this game.
Yeah.
It's dragged on. And that's a nice tight 16 probably. So I'm still very excited to see how it all plays out, so to speak. What's the shortest game you've ever played, Winner, would you say?
Ooh, Nathan Drake, Uncharted. Yeah. I finished all three of those in 2 days.
Damn.
Back in the day.
That sounds about right too. That's super right. Those games, man, they fly.
What can I say? I'm kind of a big deal.
Gamer.
The quintessential gamer.
#gamer. He has his game fuel. I think God of War over a weekend. I was kind of salty about that. I beat PS4 God of War.
Yes, we're complaining about games that are not meant for length. By the way, I don't. Yeah,
it didn't outstay its welcome. It was a perfect little. It was as long as it needed to be.
Yes. Now, what fueled me to get them done was because I already waited too long. I only had a couple days left, so I can return the games back to GameStop and get a full refund. So I wanted to finish them in time.
Yeah, man, you fly through them. Yeah, yep. Man, I ain't mad at that. Like, I don't mind a game being 20 hours, 15 hours if it was like fun. And I'm just gonna restart and new game plus it all over again. You know what I mean?
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of limited times, Resident Evil 2 remake had a demo this week, and it was a timed demo.
No time. No time.
No capes. No capes. I've never heard of this before. So the thing is that you had 30 minutes tops to play this game. That means you have 30 minutes to beat it. You have 30 minutes to die. You have 30 minutes to fly through it. You can play it over and over and over again, the demo, mind you. But you got 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. And once that 30 minutes was up, that's it. No more demo. That's as much as time as you get on it. And people kind of went a little crazy over this. Cats were building like multiple PS4 accounts, like building 10 or 12 PS4 accounts so they can play this for like 5 hours straight and look for every nook and cranny of the demo.
Right.
Because they were like, no, I'm not going to be limited to 30 minutes. So they built like 10 different, 15 different accounts just so they can let it rock over and over and over again. And have you had a chance to look at any of this gameplay, Winner, for Resident Evil 2 Remake?
I've watched a little bit of it. I would recommend the YouTube video done by Crobcat, Crowbat, that goes over like the AI of the zombies. Oh. Some of it's kind of finicky. It's very weird. Some of the there's one bit where he has the door open, but the zombie won't go through.
Yeah.
And it's a test to see how far the zombie will chase him. There's also the test of if he falls through the stairs, will the zombie also follow him with him? That the zombie did not, but it is cool that the zombie will trip over bodies.
Yeah, the game looks so.
But yeah, check out Crobcat's video.
Check out his videos, guys.
Yeah, it looks good. I like it. I'm curious what the price is going to be for this.
I feel you, because at the end of the day, it is a remake, and I don't know how long this game's going to be. This is another game where if it was like 20 or 30, if it was like 20 or 30 hours, I would be okay with that. But I'm hearing whispers that there's going to be a new game plus roguelike kind of build to it.
Ooh.
Randomly generated items, randomly generated monsters. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing that that's what they're going to be going for the new game plus. So every time you play, it's completely different. So you may just
Now that sounds cool.
So like infinite replayability. You know what I mean? That sounds
Infinite.
super cool. Infinite. I'm so hyped for this game. I am like just the detail in the zombies and like you were talking about their behaviors. It is still a bit finicky. They're still tightening some things up.
Yeah.
The graphics look amazing. The zombies, how their bodies work. It's like looking at something from out of biology class. You know what I mean? How the textures of their battle damage affects how they move, and it's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful looking game.
Yeah. I remember in biology class we were dissecting a pig, and someone thought it'd be funny to take the insides of the pig and put it in its mouth. Back to you, Mike. What's the next story in our news?
On that note, that's the news, my man. I can't
Okay.
Resident Evil pig mouth.
It's pig mouth. Who did it? It's pig mouth.
Oh, geez, pig mouth. Lock your doors.
Pig mouth strikes again.
I can't beat Manhunt 2 pig mouth. That's nigh defeatable, my dude.
Is it pig mouth again? Yes, it is, mister.
Okay, it's a 1014. A 1014 is exclusively pig mouth.
1014.
1014. All you hear is a squeal in 3 gunshots. And
don't get that butter on him. Oh, it's a greased up.
No, it's a 317. Greased up pig mouth.
All right, this is the dumbest thing we've done on this podcast.
No, pig mouth is what's gonna escalate us on YouTube, dog. Hashtag pig mouth.
Yeah, send us your best pictures of pig mouth.
Draw us pig mouth fan art at our Twitter.
We've yet to determine if it's a actual person or it's just an art of pig.
We'll let you decide, man. I want pig mouth art.
Yes.
Whatever you
I
think.
picture like a Carmen Sandiego type character that is going around all biology classrooms, just like screwing up these dead pigs.
All I could see is the cops like walkie-talkie and hearing, "Oh God, it's pig mouth." You hear like a large squeak. You hear, "Oh God," and then it just off. You don't know what happened.
Yep.
Pigmouth won though. He's out there. Pigmouth is out there, though. I'm gonna have to draw this now. But no, I'm gonna wait. I want to see some Pigmouth fan art, however you see it, based on our description.
Yes.
I want to see it. I want to make shirts of it. That's at mnerdiverse on Twitter. Send it to at mnerdiverse. Oh God, it's Pigmouth!
Go, 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 Pigmoutho!
You got to go. Oh no, Pigmouth!
Yeah. So, you can catch me out. You can catch me at the handle at Trashmunk the Third, Trashmunk III. If you like to draw a portrait of me or what you think I look like, I will post that on my Instagram, on my social media as fan art. I always enjoy listening or hearing people talk about the podcast, even though it makes it look like I'm cringing. I enjoy it.
That's okay.
Because I enjoy pain.
He enjoys pain, and I enjoy delving out the pain, much like a Cenobite. Because he is the cringer. He's the cringe-e. I'm the cringer. Did you know that Cringer was the name of He-Man's cat in Masters of the Universe?
No. But you know what? Sharks are on.
You know what? You and your sharks are going to destroy this podcast.
I'm sorry, folks.
I will not. The dude will not abide the shark interference. Okay. Sharknado versus Pigmouth. I want posters. Sharknado versus Pigmouth. This is what I want. I think that's the name of the episode. Damn it. This is your fault, winner. You started all of this.
It sure is. But you know what? This is why I make the big bucks.
This is why you have the cleanliest section of the Nerdiverse. It's so clean. There's no pigs vomiting intestines. None of that good stuff, dude.
We deny that there is a pig mouth and or pig tongue or whatever.
You cannot specify the pig mouth, tongue, or orifice within these county lines.
I am JFK 3000.
I didn't kill pig mouth. I don't care.
I don't care. Are you Tommy Lee Jones? The one-armed man did it. The pig man did it. The pig mouse did it.
Pig mouse did it. It wasn't me. I don't care. Oh, God.
Okay. End it. We need to end this right now.
End this before Pigmouth takes over the podcast. If you like this strange content and want to support us monetarily, please check out our Patreon at mastersofthenerdiversecast.com. That is our website, where it has all of our fun episodes backlogged and ready for you to listen to. If you wanted to support us non-monetarily, a like would be loved. A comment on our YouTube channel or a comment on our Twitter or Facebook pages would be appreciated. And a subscription to our channels would be absolutely amazing. I have, of course, been your host, Mike G. To die for. I've, of course, been your host, Mike G.
And I've been your host, Winter.
And we will always ask you to take that one step beyond.